Hello Mayhem Makers, I'm Mindy with Quilting Mayhem, and we are on the Kona block of the month, month 2, which is this block. So, look how pretty this is. I love this. Alright, so, as you can tell just from looking at it, it's super easy. So if you made it through month 1, congratulations. That one I think was kind of that gauntlet. Like, once again, if you could do it, you can do the rest of these blocks, no problem. Because half square triangles, I mean, we taught it last month. We're going to do it again. They're easy. And this is only half square triangles. That's it. So take your background, draw your line on the back, grab all your color fabrics, and get ready to just start sewing 1/4 inch seam on each side of that line. All right, so I'm going to do that and I'll show you what it looks like. And we'll go from there. So this should be an easy video for you guys and an easy block. So let's get to it. I will be right back. I'm just going to sew up a couple of them so you can see what it looks like, and we'll go from there. All right, so it's pretty simple. You're going to draw the line down the middle from point to point. You're going to stitch 1/4 inch from either side, okay? So now remember, if you're doing it my method, we're cutting these squares larger and then doing 2 at a time and trimming them down. And so you're going to end up with this. So you take these, you cut them apart into triangles, and then press them and trim them down to the size they need to be. So I will post the cutting measurements that I do. This one at least is fairly easy because I'm just rounding it up. So the instructions from Robert Kaufman say 4 7/8. I'm rounding up to 5 inches. That way then I can trim them down to these 4.5 inch triangles or half square triangles. And keep in mind, with doing my method, you are going to end up with like an extra set of some of the colors, and that's okay. Because in the end, the border actually calls for a bunch of half square triangles. So hold on to these, don't get rid of them. You'll need them towards the end, all right? So pretty easy. I'm going to finish up all these so we can lay it out, and I'll show you how to sew it together. That's how easy this block is. We're already at the point of laying it out in assembly. Yay! So I will be right back. All right, we have all our half square triangles. They're cut, they're ready, and we're going to lay them out. So we'll see if I can shift you this way. Get my cup of tea out of the way so you can see this mat. And we'll start laying things out. So like I said, take those extras, set them aside. You have those lighter pink that are your outer corners. So we're going to lay those roughly. Then 2 of your colors, you'll want a set of 3 each. And those are going to be in opposing corners. And I definitely recommend laying your blocks out so that when you go to sew them, you don't accidentally have a half square triangle turned. All right, so these kind of make what's commonly known as an envelope block. So 3 of the triangles come together, and then this one's opposing. So those are your opposite corners there. And then you're gonna have 2 of your colors are going to be in these opposite corners coming together. Yes, my table's not quite big enough. All right. And then there's 1 of each of those that are then in this middle. I'll pull these out a little bit. The diagram is in the instructions, so I mean, you can follow this guy, right? But this is how you're going to look. And then generally how I put this type of block together is I just start working across in rows, and then I'll put rows together. And that keeps it simple, especially if you're pressing one direction or the other. You would sew like the top row together and press one way, the bottom row you would sew together and then press that opposite way, and then just keep going, all right? So if you are pressing one direction, that's generally how I would do it. I am pressing open, and so that's how this block ended up, is everything's just nice open seams that I match up, all right? So once you sew everything together, I'll move you guys again. you end up with, once again, this block. Okay, so hopefully that helps. If you have any questions, reach out, let me know. I hope you're enjoying these blocks. They're a lot of fun, and like this one's super simple, and you could make a gorgeous quilt just from this block, right? Like if all you did was make these blocks, and they're big, so you could do, you know, 4 or 5 of them across and 5 or 6 of them down and have an entire quilt. Especially like Valentine's Day, it is great for colorizing for Valentine's, so that could be just a fun quilt all on its own if that's all you ever did. So I hope you enjoy it. Let me know if you need anything. Please post them. We love seeing them. I love all of you that posted your block 1. That was great. I really do appreciate seeing everything you guys do. So I hope you have a lovely day and keep on stitching.